I studied opera in a normal Italian tradition theater in Buenos Aires, and later I had this Baroque acting, but not in my studies when I started. But I learned it, this Baroque theater. I learned it later with other regisseurs, and in this opportunity with Benjamin. And well, it's really challenging, but at the same time, at the end, you enjoy it a lot because you really learn how to do it, you know. And when you learn how to do it and you put it in your body and you make it yours, it became something interesting, I think. So that the way of prepare it, you ask me how do you prepare that? Well, at the beginning it's very difficult because you have to think, okay, this word, these gestures, this word, this gesture, and but then everything came together, and it's really a joy to do it. These gestures that you see, the only way we have to know how it was in those times is by paintings, by books that tells what the singers used to do, but mostly you see these kind of gestures in many Baroque paintings, you know, and so you see, yes, they are like statues. Of course, in this kind of acting in the opera on stage, we tried to give a little more of life to the gesture. So sometimes you stand and a gesture, but then you move and then you try to, how should I say, to make it as organic as possible. So not just taka 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 taka, but if you are here because you are saying la tempesta, la tempesta, la tempesta, and then you go to la stella, different kind of things. So you try to go from these paintings you saw once or these statues to try to give life to the gestures, to really help to
like a break dance.
Yeah. It's a dance. It's a dance in a way. Because also if you see Baroque dancing, you know, how the French used to dance, they used to have the same gestures, you know. So in opera, everything becomes together, and it's really, really challenging to do it. You say, okay, a Baroque singer. I don't define myself as a Baroque singer. I define myself like a person who likes to sing, period. Then I like to sing Baroque, I like to sing classical, romantic. What is a Baroque singer? Well, it's something difficult. Of course, as a countertenor, which is my vocal register, people, of course, will associate me to the Baroque times, you know, to 18th and 17th century. And well, you can see here that a Baroque singer has to have you have to have a lot of technique, vocal technique, because it's a very difficult music. It doesn't look difficult, you know, it doesn't look difficult, but it's very demanding, very demanding. Long phrases, coloraturas, acrobatic things to do with the voice. And if you ask me what is a Baroque singer, well, it have to be something very, very, very well prepared, but also to really understand the language, which is this Baroque music, to understand where it comes from, you know. We learned that opera came from the Greek tragedies, you know. I say that I came from the bel canto because I was taught in that way when I was studying in Buenos Aires in the Teatro Colón. Teatro Colón is a theater with a very clear Italian tradition, so all the teachers there teach you the bel canto way of singing. But of course I start singing bel canto by doing, yes, of course, Baroque music, Handel, but also Rossini, Donizetti, Bellini, you know, this kind of singing. And that give me a very special technique, let's say, to that make me now give me the opportunity to go in some other, not only in Baroque music, but also in some other kind of parts, like Sesto in La Clemenza di Tito, which is Mozart, or Rossini, that I also did in Italy. So that's what I that's what I learned from my teachers. You know, this kind of singing, which is about as a technique, is a way to understand music, but also you can read it. You know, in the very old there is a very old musical essay written by Tosi, which was a castrato, and he started to say there. He wrote about some concepts that are very, very important on the bel canto school. He wrote about the weight of stand-up, you know, the nobility of the singing. That was something that for me was like very important, you know, because then in bel canto singing, speaking later with Rossini, you really understand this kind of nobility of the line of singing, you know. Of course, beside all these kind of things that you learn with your body, I mean, breathing, support, how to manage the vocal muscles, you know, the larynge low, so you have place to the note, how to make the passaggio with the voice to go to the high notes. So everything becomes together, you know, the things you learn with the Baroque music and the things you learn with the romantic music, I should say, you know, Bellini, Donizetti. Everything comes together, and well, that's what that's what I learned from the beginning. You know, the bel canto way of singing, I like to say. So I use that for everything, but at the same time, it's the same. You know.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Sometimes you're studying without singing, you know, because if you are singing Riccardo Primo, you cannot be singing something totally different and put it in the voice, because then the voice get like, what are you doing with me, you know? So for example, I studied sometimes in the piano, you know, without singing, but studying here, you know, and that's a way sometimes when you have mixing things to do. But then also it's good that you organize your schedule and you say, okay, this time I studied this music, and in this other moment I studied the other thing, and then you try, of course, to do together with travels and all that.
A lot of
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
And does it help you play the piano
Yes,
and you
yes.
study the piano?
I
Does it
study.
help for your work as
Oof.
a singer?
Oof,
Oh.
a lot.
Oh.
Yes, I say thanks to God that I studied music. I did my whole piano degrees. So yeah, before to be interested on the singing, I was very interested in piano. So I studied a lot. I played a lot. But today, the fact to be very well prepared in music, it's give you a lot of confidence when you have to study a new piece. Yeah. Nowadays, I think our tenors we did a very nice development of the technique, of the possibilities of the voice. So now it's we can say that, well, it's a lot of singers that are very well prepared to sing in this way, and not only scream high notes, you know, because yeah, sometimes people with the idea to see a man singing high, they doesn't care if it sounds nice or not. It's just okay, it's something strange. But I think now, step by step, we are going in a, let's say, in a very good development of the technique. Yes, but you know, we have to think in 18th century, yeah, they were crazy about this, and well, if people like today, it's great. I mean, it's great. It's art. It's there. You know. Thank God we don't have the castration anymore. Come on. But you know, yeah,
You
yeah,
must
yeah.
be lucky.
Yes, of course. Yeah, yeah.